Now, like I said, he was in this main pillbox, which has protection, right? It's got a roof, and they're a little bit relaxed in there, a little bit, they're protected. Mm-hmm. Not just from the enemy, but they're protected from the elements as well, somewhat. So he goes out, and he's going out to visit the guys that are in foxholes that are just basically sitting out there bearing the elements, like he said, nothing between them and the enemy but the muzzle of the rifle. Back to the book. Any idea that I might have entertained that my visit would bolster the morale of these men was overshadowed by the effect the visit had on my own morale. How they could smile and laugh and joke in their present condition, I could not see. But each man had a cheery word for me as I approached. If I had possessed any misgivings that these men would weaken under the hardships of their cramped position and the adverse weather, they faded away into nothing. Their courage and fortitude made me admiringly envious and brought a lump to my throat. So he's thinking, I'm going to go out there and boost their morale. The opposite happens. The opposite happens. He's boosted by seeing them and seeing how intact and motivated they were out there. Back to the book. As we reached the right flank of the platoon, I noticed a man huddled in his foxhole, trembling violently beneath a blanket which covered his head. Lieutenant Ante grasped him by the shoulder. I thought I told you to get digging this hole out deeper, he said sternly. The blanket came off the soldier's head. You're putting me way off here by myself so I can be killed, he shouted, half sobbing. You want me to be killed. There's nobody over here but... Shut up, Ante said. You want the whole goddamn German army to hear you? Get to digging that hole. There's 2 men right here with you, and the next hole's 10 feet away. Nobody wants to see you killed. We turned away. I looked back over my shoulder at the soldier. He's been like that ever since he's been with the platoon, Ante said. Uses every excuse he can get to go to the rear. He won't work to get himself warm like I try and get him to. If he doesn't come around tonight, send him back to the CP, I said. We can keep him there for a night and see how he turns out. So, although some guys are clearly in good spirits out there, you still got guys that are breaking down. And you got to deal with him. And you can see he's going to pull him off the line, get him back to the CP. And actually, I don't go into this, but he ends up getting evacuated. And when they get him back, they figure out that he's got appendicitis. So he's in rough shape. But